Yo guys, Spider-Avenger Miller, finally back with another review. Sorry, they've been kind of sporadic. We've hung out a lot, but we haven't exactly done a lot of filming of reviews, but we are getting excited to hopefully start shooting Darth Deadpool. But I thought I would bring it back with a new Mega Blaster, which is probably perhaps my favorite Mega Blaster, which is the Mega Twinshock. This thing is so much fun. So external overview, starting up at the front, there are 10 active barrels compared to the rough cuts, 4 active barrels. Each one holds a single Mega Dart, and it fires 2 at once, or with a half trigger pull, 2. And you have 2 tactical rails, one at the front, one in the back. I think this just comes down to preference. If you like your scope more angle to the front, or if you like it more back. And down below, we do have the priming handle. It is a vertical grip priming handle instead of a pump action one, which could be good for certain preferences, but this actually does help with a blaster of this size to actually have more control over it. And of course, this is how you prime the blaster. And I'm going to sound like Coop772 when I say this, but this is the smoothest action I have probably ever used. It is so hard to explain. It is buttery smooth. The mechanics just feel amazing. This one is a very fun one to prime. It just feels so smooth. And of course, to show off the blaster, I could load it up like this. But again, these barrels hold 1 dart each, but it fires from the top all the way to the bottom. So, like I said, with a half trigger pull, you're able to fire just 1, and then you finish the trigger pull to fire again, or pull both. Well, I messed up there, but you get the gif of just then pulling hard. And then, of course, back to the grip. The grip is actually really comfortable on this blaster. It feels really nice. You do get a lot of control over it. And then, of course, the trigger pull is actually a very nice break. And this blaster, of course, does have slam fire, which means hold down the trigger, and when you pump and return, it fires off. And again, just the feeling of, oh man, sorry, it's just so smooth. And then we, of course, have 2 sling mounts up here. This would be a very weird blaster to sling on your hip, but you could if you want to. And of course, back to this area, this isn't a stock attachment, or like this isn't technically a stock, but I guess you technically could like use this as a stock. And sorry, I might be messing up my mic, but I mean you could, but I mean don't. But that is an external overview of the Mega Twinshock. Now I'll show you it firing. Starting off with just standard Mega Darts and single fire. Now I'm just going to be hammering down the trigger, not staggering the trigger. Sorry, still getting used to that stagger trigger. Now slam fire, that when I pump and return, it'll automatically fire. And of course, there's no way to use the stagger trigger in slam fire, so shotgun action. That pump action, oh my gosh! You know, you just have that feeling, I just want to pump.
Oh, you want to shoot me in the eye multiple times.
And of course, finish it off with a little bit of accuracy. Mega Accu-Strike in any fashion you kind of want. Gotta love that nice precision and accuracy. Overall, firing this thing is an absolute blast. It is just like using a Mega Rough Cut. Honestly, like I said, this prime action is very smooth. I think the only real prime action I can say is as smooth as this is probably maybe the Fortnite sniper rifle and the Mega Heavy HR, I think is what it's called. But overall opinion on this blaster is it's very fun to use. Now, would you want to use this as your primary? Probably not all the time. A 10-round primary, especially with Mega Darts, is a very hard thing to master, but overall, it is not a bad blaster. It performs well, and it is fun to shoot, and it's got a lot of kick to it, especially since Mythical Spider accidentally got hit in the eye with this.
Yeah.
Off camera, but um, overall, just like if you want a Mega Twinshock, I know they're a little bit difficult to get nowadays, but I think eBay still has them and Amazon should, or just go into your local thrift store and hopefully they will have one. I found this at a pawn shop, not a Goodwill. Goodwill is usually where I go and get most of these blasters, but for once I go into a pawn shop and they got a blaster I've been hunting for a long time. But thank you guys so much for checking out my video. I promise I'll be back with more regular uploads. Like I said, it's getting a little hectic because we are getting ready to shoot Darth Deadpool very soon. As you noticed, finally have better audio because of a mic. But hopefully we'll get to shoot very soon. We're just still trying to get a few things together. Props that we need to fix up, become brand new. Costumes that we need, and a little bit more equipment. But hopefully soon you will see Darth Deadpool 2 Revenge of the Chimichangas. That is still a good title. Thank you, Webborder JP. But thank you guys so much for checking out my review. If you can, like, subscribe, and leave a comment saying what you want to see next. And let me know what you think about the Mega Twinshock. Overall, it's a great blaster, and I really do think that it's a good pickup. Not always as a primary, but possibly a good secondary. But let me know what you guys think down in the comments. Thank you so much, and stay tactical.